Okay, let's do a little bit of the work. It's gonna be, I'll say right now, it's gonna be a real play. Sometimes I'll do role plays and I'll just make stuff up. Nope, this is real play. This is this is like real content that I struggle with. And
Right.
God, I feel it even rising up in me now that like, my God, panic. But you know what? Giddy up. Let's go. Let's jump in. So,
What's going on?
okay, so here is here's the issue that I find myself facing. I start to feel really, really anxious before I before I do certain things. And I notice this pattern in it, right? Like I feel anxious before I go to bed. Like it happens there. I don't have any trouble falling asleep,
hmm
so,
Okay.
but I feel really anxious before I actually like get into the bed.
hmm
And then when else does it show up? It shows up before I go into a session.
hmm
Shows up before I go into my Pilates or like a
hmm
yoga, anything where I'm sort of like locked in.
hmm
I feel like I'm locked in, but not locked in like a trapped, I'm on an airplane and I'm trapped kind of
hmm
sense. Like it doesn't necessarily happen there, but it's like I'm locked into a situation where I can't necessarily remove myself
Easily.
easily. Yeah, exactly.
hmm Not trapped, but not easy outing out.
Yeah, exactly. Like there will be some sort of and it's not necessarily, yeah, I guess it's I don't, maybe I don't want to make people uncomfortable. I don't know specifically what.
But what is it that makes you anxious about the situation? What is it that you fear? Right? Anxiety is fear. Most
Yeah.
of the time, irrational fear. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is it that you actually, what is it that you're concerned about in those situations where it's not that easy to get the hell out?
So I'm gonna say it. I am concerned I'm gonna have to go pee in the
Mm,
middle of something.
okay.
And like I don't have any urinary incontinence. Like there's no, like we're not concerned about having an accident and making like a mess all over I sit on a yoga ball. I'm not concerned about like peeing on the yoga ball in session
Mm-hmm.
or um
But
but I am kind of concerned about being on the yoga ball in session, like having to go pee so bad. Is it about pee though? I don't think so.
mhm.
I don't think it's about pee.
So you are saying that it's not about actually peeing, but it is, but it's not. And this kind of internal struggle, like what is it?
Mm,
Right? It's not uncommon. I'm kind of redirecting here a little bit.
sure.
Because it's kind of like a battle between your rational mind or your irrational mind, right? Your rational mind knows I can hold my pee, as you mentioned before. I don't have an UTI. I don't have physiological issues that would lead to an accident. Yes.
Hmm.
But this has nothing to do with your rational mind, right?
Hmm.
This is your irrational mind. Your Brenda, you called it?
Yeah, Brenda.
Yes.
Yeah, she's busy.
Yeah.
She's real worried about this.
Yes. Yes. And it's actually a good idea to always name this, anxious mind that we have because, this is not who we are, right? That's anxious. If we have this, right? It's good to see us as somebody outside of us, right? Like a bully in our heads
Mhm.
messing with us. So, in your rational mind, you can't even conceive, like, really, I'm afraid I'm going to pee myself, really. Like,
Mhm.
no way. So we tend to dismiss these thoughts, yes, but they're still there. They're in the back of our mind, not in full awareness. And remember, I always keep this, the cycle, right? In the back of your head, you think, oh man, oh shit, I'm going to pee. It's going to be embarrassing, right? It's going to be
So
terrible,
embarrassing.
right? So you're going to feel anxious.
Hmm.
Yes.
Mm,
But you're not, these are not in full awareness.
mm,
Yes. And that's not actually that uncommon with OCD that, the thoughts kind of lurk in the back,
mm.
but not in full awareness. And that's why many times in treatment, it takes a little bit to actually figure out what the obsessions are. It's like, I don't have any obsessions.
Mm,
Well, you're not fully aware of them. It doesn't mean they don't impact you.
mm,
Yes. So you are in a yoga class and you're anxious right before class.
mhm.
Yes. What's the first thought comes into your head? You're going to a class and you have to pee. What's the first thought?
I should go pee now.
Okay. If you don't, and if I don't,
Uh, I literally don't ever question it. I just go pee.
okay, but let's play along. If I don't pee, then what?
Okay. If I don't pee, then I will have to go pee in the middle of the yoga class, and I will either disrupt everyone in the class who is like locked in to tree
Mhm.
pose or some like intent, like it's going to happen in a balancing pose.
Of course.
And I'm of course I'm going to disrupt everyone there. And
And what's going to happen if you disrupt everybody there?
well, they will all
Then
fall
what?
out of their tree poses
And?
um and then be upset with me for being disruptive.
And what happens if they get all upset with you?
Well, then I can never go back to the yoga studio.
And?
And then I have to go to a new yoga studio
And?
and make all new friends where I will just face the same fate. And so then I will have to like cycle through all of the different yoga studios in Seattle, and I will do this like disruptive
You're going
thing.
to ruin them all.
I am going to ruin all of the yoga studios in
And
Seattle.
the whole yoga community is going to hate you.
The whole yoga industrial complex will hate me. There will
Okay.
be
Now you're laughing.
no, because I
What-
know I hear the like the
What do you hear? What do you hear? Don't minimize this. What do you hear?
Yeah,
What do you hear?
like how important it is to be like connected, and like I hear
Yes.
how absurd it
Uh-huh.
is.
Okay, so if you hear somebody else saying this, right, your reaction would be like,
I think it's probably gonna be okay.
well, that sounds like reassurance to me, right? But somebody told you, the whole yoga community is going to hate me.
Mm.
What would be your reaction? Yeah, buddy, that's right. Or you'd be like, really?
Yeah, are we sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
How do we account for the fact that it happens before bed too?
What's the fear there, right?
Mm.
You are about to go to bed.
Mhm.
You feel anxious.
Mhm.
What's the thought that pops into your head?
If I have to get up in the middle of the night, I will disrupt my husband who is sleeping so peacefully next, and then he will be upset with me and hate me. And then he will divorce me and leave me.
And
And then I will be alone
for the rest of your life,
for the rest of my life.
you're going to die alone.
Most likely. That is-
See, you're laughing again. Why do you think you're laughing?
I'm laughing because it's uncomfortable to like really consider the like enormity.
But does it sound when you hear it? When you hear it, how does it sound? Rationally, irrational, like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
No, it sounds again absurd.
Okay, so we tend to laugh at the
Yeah.
absurd. Yes,
Yeah.
that's why you're laughing. Yes, because it is absurd.
Yeah.
Romanian accent is kicking in. Yes, it is ridiculous. All right. Now the question is what we're going to do about it. Do you have any water handy?
No, I mean I have my coffee. I don't know what's gonna happen, but something's gonna happen.
I think it's time to gulp up some coffee. You see,
I'm gonna be jacked by the end of this. So not only will I will have a full bladder. but
No, you're not going to have a full bladder because what are you afraid of doing? Disrupting, yes?
I'm gonna pee myself.
Well, rather than disrupting?
I'm gonna disrupt this. Oh, holy fuck! Do I have to disrupt us? Do I have to leave? Oh no!
What do you think?
But then you'll leave me, and then everybody listening will leave me, and then there will be dead air.
You're going to be all alone.
Oh,
in a hostile world. Yes. Well, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know yet. There's only one way to find out. Yes. Let's put this fear to the test. Yes.
Okay.
Let's see what happens if you go pee in the middle of our podcast.
Okay. Do I have to chug all this coffee?
No, I mean I don't. Do you enjoy your coffee? And
Yes.
You still can disrupt.
You're not a monster. Agent of torture, yes. Monster, no.
No, this is not torture. See, this is what the problem is, right? People see ERP as torture. However, when it's done right, yes, it's hard. It's probably one of the hardest things people are going to do. But it's not torture. It's hard. Kicks ass hard, yes, for sure. But it's not torturous. And if it comes to the point that it's torturous, then it's something wrong with the delivery. Yeah. Yes, because it means maybe it's too much too fast. So, the treatment has to be calibrated. The success of treatment, lies in that, balance between, not too much, not too little, right?
Goldilocks.
Think about it. This is people's comfort zone, right? Doing things right outside of the comfort zone. You do it long enough, you get used to it, right?
Yeah.
That's what you achieve habituation. And then do things that are now outside of this comfort zone increases further doing. If you jump all the way there, it's going to be torture, and that's not what we want.